It is Tuesday, the 26th of October, 2021. I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog. Welcome to the show. Today is our flying to Houston day. Obviously, we're here in Houston. I had to be up before 3 o'clock this morning. My alarm was set for 2:55. I actually woke up on my own at 2:50. About 3 hours of sleep, maybe 3.5. A little bit sleepy, did not want to get out of bed this morning, but it was okay. At least I managed to get to bed a little bit early. Got up, took about 10 minutes for me to get ready, got all my stuff packed. We did all the packing that we could last night. We want to be out the door by 3:15, but we have a bit of buffer. If we leave at 3:30, we know we're fine. So about 3:05, got the kids up. They were all packed, just had to brush their teeth, throw their stuff in a bag, and go. We did that. We were out the door actually about 3:20, but it was pretty good. I'd even loaded up the car last night, so I only had like the last little bits to throw in. We were pretty ready. It was obviously super dark when we took off, said goodbye to Dad. Very foggy and rainy. I got a picture, if you see my Flickr feed, of the deep fog and rain. That was this morning. We drove up to, we stopped in Geneseo, filled up the car to make sure it was almost full, just in case anything happened, because we were pretty empty. We haven't filled it up all week. Went up to Rochester, got to the airport, and then found a gas station there, which took a little bit of driving around, just 5 minutes, and we topped it up, because that's what you do with a rental car. Took it to the airport. There was after hours, because this is a small airport, so we had to do the key drop thing, which I hate doing. Hopefully that all went well, and they're like, put it in the envelope. There's no envelope, so it's just throwing things into a, and I looked in and I could see other people's keys and paperwork sitting in there. Not a good system. Anyone with like tweezers could get stuff out and take the cars. So we did that. That went pretty smoothly. We checked our bags in. That went very smoothly. Went through security nice and fast. And this is the first time I've ever flown just me and the girls. Remember, this is only me and Liesl and Luciana. So I'm dealing with the single parent travel challenges and first time of doing this. Like, Dominica's the planner. She's the figure out the tickets, do the packing, get the timing, do the rental. She does that stuff. I do the heavy lifting. I deal with the emergencies and changes as they come. But this stuff, I'm really doing the Dominica specialty stuff today rather than mine. And so a lot like, I don't have to deal with most of this most of the time. And when I do travel, I travel alone all the time. It's always me in a backpack, right? And I'm like hopping on a plane. I've got my passport, like all that's easy. I don't have the kids' passports because Dominica has them. It's just me and driver's license. I'm not used to domestic travel. So a lot of new, but it went really smoothly. We got into Rochester Airport. There's a playground there meant for smaller kids, but Luciana was interested in checking it out, so we stopped because we had plenty of time. Did that. It was sponsored by the Strong Museum of Play. That was kind of cool for a few minutes. Gave him something to do. Liesl's like, whatever, I'm bored at the airport. Might as well do this. And then we just kind of hung out at the airport and napped a little bit. We didn't really do anything. And I had coffee before we left Dad's, so I wasn't like dying for coffee. Not a big deal. Our flight to Washington, D.C., to BWI, actually Baltimore, was so fast. It was definitely under an hour. It was like we didn't even notice we were on the plane. Luciana just passed right out. She was like, oh no, I didn't take Bonnie. And we're like, it's 45 minutes. And she's like, okay. Slept and just she woke up and we're like, wait, we're landing? I didn't even know we took off. Like, yeah, that was how easy it was. Then we had several hours at BWI. So we got off the plane, went and found our gate, camped there. And because the girls are older now and it's an airport, I'm able to leave them at the gate. So anytime, like if Liesl needed to use the bathroom, Luciano would watch the stuff and vice versa. We went and did a lot of looking around for food. Liesl was sore from having gone to the park the other day and exercise, so she didn't want to walk around. But Luciano and I went and investigated everything, found where the food was, found where all the things were that we'd want to do. So we took care of all that and ended up bringing back breakfast. By this time, it's like getting later in the morning. But we left really early. So our flight out of Houston is only at 10:30. To Houston from Baltimore is at 10:30. So for breakfast, we got Einstein bagels, They were okay. They had gotten them the other day, and Luciana likes them. Lisa seems to like them, so that worked. And then they both wanted frozen yogurt, so we got Pinkberry to do frozen yogurt for them because they were open doing smoothies, and the machines are there, so they were happy to do that. And between going to the bathroom and dealing with food and figuring out what they wanted to do and kind of napping and just taking it chill, we actually ended up using our several hours of layover without any problem. It was not a big deal. And our flight boarded on time. We were able to get on the plane at 10:30, no problems at all. Both flights we were able to all sit together, nice and easy. The flight to Houston was actually, we left about 10 minutes late, arrived about 10 minutes early. They made really good time over the course of the flight, and it was just easy. Right, I've been listening to The Fracture Zone by Simon Winchester on my headphones. I've got Audible on my phone. The whole thing just smooth as could be, easy flights, nothing went wrong. Landed in Houston, got our bags. That was like instant, easiest thing could be. Went out and got our car. We're trying, I believe it's Turo. It's a car lending service rather than a traditional rental car company, saving us several $100s over doing a traditional rental car here in Houston for the week. So we got a Nissan Rogue, we got that, put the luggage in it, got the kids in, and Dominica was supposed to land at the same time that we did, but by the time we had our luggage and were in the car, she was still in the air. She had not taken off by the time we had landed. Even though she's only coming from Dallas, it should be a really fast flight. She was not even in the air, and because they had a broken coffee pot, and the union maintenance crew was just standing around writing a report about it instead of anybody actually doing anything or getting the plane in the air. So they ended up being really late, and then they couldn't get space at Houson Hobby to land because they had wasted so much time. So that caused just delay after delay. She was in the air about the time we got the car. We had to figure out what to do. It wasn't enough time because the flight's so fast for us to go and stay at her sister's and then come back. Like, it was just kind of a awkward amount of time to deal with. So we kind of circled the airport. We parked until the cops made us move on. We did what we could to kill some time, and about an hour late, she landed. Her luggage took a while because they couldn't get it out of the thing fast enough, probably because no one was scheduled to do it. And so we got her luggage, got her in the car. We do not fit in the Nissan Rogue with everything. That's going to be a big challenge later, but it's a perfect car for the week. But the actual going to the airport is going to be completely crap next week when we have to do that, because our big luggage, we can't put all three of them in the trunk. So where are things going to fit? I'm not sure. Got to figure that out, but I think it'll work. The worst case scenario is we have to take 2 trips, but to have a nice car for the week that was low cost and fits everything, I think it's actually a good decision, but we'll see when we really try to fit everything. Don't forget, we're going to be going to our storage unit over and over again this week. That's our big during the day challenge, is we need to go through as much as we can and pare that down as much as possible. Whether we're donating or repacking or bringing with us, we're going to selectively bring stuff back with us to Nicaragua as much as we can fit. We have lots of clothes, stuffed animals, some equipment, just whatever. We're going to try to get what we can. And over time doing these trips, we want to reduce that storage unit. We know we will always need a storage unit, but we would like to get into a smaller one, and we'd like to not store things that we know we're not going to use. So we want to make it a small storage unit that's useful rather than a big one that's so jam-packed that we have no idea what to do. So once we got Dominica, we went straight to Francesca's house. We got there just minutes after Madeline was arriving, so she got the house open. She wasn't even in yet. So we got in, and no one was home. So we relaxed for a little bit, unpacked the car, and went through. We had a lot of deliveries that came here, including my new Olympus camera and all of the lenses and a bunch of shipments from Amazon. Unfortunately, the gimbal that was supposed to arrive yesterday hasn't even shipped yet, so I don't know what's going on with that. And spoiler, I'm recording this in the morning. Tomorrow, it still hasn't shipped, so I think I need to cancel it and order another one. I'm going to talk to Dominica when she gets up and see if that's a better way to go, because I need that to arrive while we're here and not be in Amazon limbo land. And I've had this happen before, and Amazon just loses that stuff, right? Once they don't ship on time, it's never going to ship. It means it's out of their tracking system. Their computers have lost it, but they just keep telling you it's going to arrive in a time machine thing sometime in the past, which obviously doesn't exist. So I think, yeah, I just have to cancel an order again because they still have it and still say they can deliver today, 3 days later. That was kind of our day. Unpacked everything, checked it out. Very excited about the new camera. The girls are very excited about the new camera. Even Dominica is like, this camera. Unfortunately, my battery died in the middle of doing the update. This is Bear, Madeline's new dog. He's actually a puppy. You would never believe it, given how big he is. He's a very large dog. I think he's about 6 months old at this point. She got him in June, so we've never met him before. So everyone got home about 6 o'clock or so. I had to work mostly this evening because there's a lot of catch up to do, having been flying all day. The new camera is very cool. I like it a lot. I have not figured out the video on it though yet, so we'll see how that is. But the photos, I did a real quick walk around with the 25mm nifty 50 lens and took a few shots while it was still daylight, and I think they look gorgeous. And I really like carrying the camera and using it, and I love my new Peak Design wrist strap or cuff that comes for it. So I really like that stuff. My new microphones are in. I have not even taken them out of the box yet, but I'm really looking forward to getting to play with those because that's how I plan to do a lot of the audio, not for this channel, but for like stuff with real audio. That's how I plan to be doing it in the future. And yeah, that's kind of the evening. For dinner, Dominica and Francesca ran out and picked up Panda Express, the last of the fast food items on Luciana's must-have list. Bear, no, not in the water, no. Oh, we have a wet dog. I mean, he's already kind of wet. It's raining, but now he's in the pool. Great. Anyway, so they picked up dinner. We had Panda Express. We were all exhausted, and we were in bed by almost 8 o'clock. So very early night for us, but we're exhausted because we've been up since before 3. So it was actually a very long day if you think of getting up at, I mean, if you were to go to bed at midnight, get up at 7 a.m., that would be kind of a normal day. So it's not extreme, but we were tired. And with flying all day, that is very tiring. So we're very glad to be able to get some sleep tonight. Tomorrow we have to deal with banking. Tomorrow, when I'm filming this, it's going to be raining. We have a tornado warning for tomorrow. And we are home during the day while the Grices are at work and at school. So we're actually in the quiet, and it's just us. So it's a little bit of time to actually just work. There's lots of catch up that I need to do. So I'll be just making it normal work days during the day, and then we'll be hanging out in the evenings. And tomorrow night, Dominica and Francesca's cousin Diane is coming in from the Adirondacks. So late tomorrow night, we'll be running to pick her up. We will not be going to the storage unit tomorrow, I don't think, because of this. But we need to be dealing with a lot of banking and a lot of the storage unit over the next couple weeks, and Diane's going to be hanging out almost the entire time that we're here, which is very cool because we don't see her very often. Normally we would see her like at 4th of July, but we've not been able to make it there for a while because we had... I saw her in 2018 when Dominica and Madeline were in England and Ireland, and then we were all gone in 2019, and then 2020 and 2021, we had COVID. So I have not seen her in 3 years, which is crazy, and Dominica saw her not for 4, I think. So it's really been quite a long time. It's weird to say. We're at that age where people you feel like you talk to all the time can be several years since you've actually seen them. Very, very strange to think of things in that context. All right, I'm going to see everyone tomorrow from Houston, Texas, from Friendswood in Houston, Texas.